Alright, now I'm going to try to give you a quick little tutorial here on blending and sharpening up, okay? I'm going to open up my Jacko folder here. I'm going to take out this as the host photo. So I'm going to ask it to open with Photo Paint. I'm going to go to 8. Okay, 8 I'm a little more familiar with, and that's really the version you're working on. I've dragged out this picture of whoever it is, and now I'm going to try to put in Michael Jackson's face. I'm going to go to my Jacko folder here, and I'm going to open it through this program. Now I want to steal this photo. I can tell he looks terribly bleached out, but I'm going to just grab as much of his face without too much of the hair. Why? Because the photo I'm going to put it into has plenty of hair on it. I'm going to go slightly around the outside of this. Even if I grab this lock of hair, I'll see what I can do to deal with it. Double click it, go to edit, go to copy it, close this out and save no changes. Boom. Now I have the original. You can see the coloration right away. I'm going to paste this in as a new object. Okay. Now I'm going to shrink it. And the best way to do that is to put it right next to the one, or bring it in so you have the eyes pretty well in the same line, and then bring it up. Okay. I have all this darkness under his chin to deal with. I'm going to broaden the face just a bit. Slide it up. Okay, highlight it and bring it down. Alright, now I've pretty well got it proportionate. So what I want to do here is, again, it's highlighted. I want to go to object. I want to feather it in. Because that's such a, I'm going to do it 3 pixels. Now I can begin to recolor it. And by doing that, I can get a better understanding of how everything fits in. I'll bring it up into a better magnification. Click it until I have the highlights on. Go to image, adjust the color balance. Here I certainly want to put some more yellow into it. Okay, bring the yellow until I've got it very close to this. Now I have to increase the red, because you can see the reddish tones through here that read as darker shadows. I really want to get them up in here and into these areas a little reddish. So let me just bring the red up ever so slightly. Alright, now I want to just diminish a little bit of that blue. Maybe move it slightly to the, there's too much magenta there. Alright, I'll go okay for now. And then I'm going to drop this down. Alright, that looks fairly credible. You know, this dark shadow I could live with, but if I feather it some more, I'm going to start to diminish that shadow. So I'm going to go to feather and I'm going to increase it to 4. Because the rest of the face is going to stay in here. I'm going to even do it again. Object, feather. I'll take 4 more pixels. And each time it'll drop it slightly and soften this edge. If I wanted to get rid of that, I'd leave it highlighted. Go to my glass over here. Nope. I have to spin this around. And then bring this down. I keep dropping this until I have all of Michael in here. Now you see how I've kind of lightened this area up? I'm going to go with that. The only thing left to do, I might want to take a look at some of the contrast in here and see how sharp it is. And you'll see it's lost over in here. So I'm going to go to effects. I'm going to sharpen it. Directional sharpen. I'm at 50%. You see how it's clearing up. If I raise this, it'll get even a little more. That's pretty livable. And then if I back it down, well, that's about where I want to be. Now I might just start pulling this face down a bit. This will kind of blend in here. I see I got a few strands of hair hanging off here where it ended. I don't know that I want to do anything more with that. This does look credible at this point. You know, I don't know how much more I want to change it. If I back it off, it looks pretty nice here. Still looks a little big. So I'm going to do a highlight one more time and just the slightest diminish this. Now it seems to be a little more proportionate. Okay, at this point, it would be safe to say, all right, I'm going to freeze this artwork. Or maybe I'll highlight it here and go back to my wine glass. I put it on the cheek as the anchor point and then pull it in slightly. You see there was a change over in here. If I pull it out, flip it up, you see what's happening at the eye? I've got their eyes pretty well the same. Maybe I'll do that. I'll leave it like that. Just to see what happens. Maybe I'll try it up here on the forehead and see whether I'm able to improve that at all. I might be able to do that. That doesn't look too bad to me. Freeze it here. Okay, now I guess I'm just going to object, combine that, all objects with the background. I have this bit of hair here to deal with, and how I deal with that would probably be to come into my blend tool here. Okay, take it out of sharpen, put it up into this custom smear. 90%, that means it's 90% transparent. It's not really going to move much color, and I have 5 over here for the tool size. So what I can probably do is push these toward one another, and by doing that, I'll get rid of that light area. Maybe increase the size of this and bring it up into here. So I might get just that little bit of white in there to read as a sheen in there, like it does now. Drop this down again to a 4, and come in here and try to comb in very lightly a few strands. By doing that, I can pick up those little pieces of Jackson's original hair. Alright, now I want to just sharpen up those too. At this point, it looks, I would say, pretty credible. The only thing I might want to do is go into it at this point, take a freehand mask, and I want to come in just into these little bit of an area around the eye. Go into my mask, shape it, reduce the mask by 1 pixel. You see how it gets smaller? Now I'll make an object out of that. And now I'll go to image, adjust the gamma, and I'll lighten those pixels so that it's closer to the white of the eye color. Bring this up and up and up and up. And that restores just a bit of the white. Okay, when I step by, you can see it, this much of it. As you back it down, you'll see it represents a little closer reproduction of the white. I have to combine it at that point because I'm going to do it again right next to the eye on this side. I try to stay right about on those pixels, anywhere in that middle. It makes a little triangle. I go to mask, shape, reduce that mask, bring it in. I want to bring this line in, get it off the pixels. I'll go by 1 because you can see here, it's at least 1. That's close enough. Okay, here I can make it an object again. Now I can go to image, adjust the gamma, and the gamma will stay where it was. So it equally lightens these 2 sides. Okay, it stays right where it is. Alright, now you can, a discerning good eye could see a little difference in the whiteness here as compared to this whiteness. Okay, just brightens the eyes up a bit. So I'm going to go to object, combine, and I'm doing that because I'm going to move to this eye over here and do the same thing. That's a good field of magnification. I'm going to again go back in and do this triangle, carry it right into here, right around the eye, go to mask, shape, reduce it again by 1 pixel. See how it falls into there? Don't worry about this little trail of it over here. Now I'll make an object of it. I'll go back to Image, Adjust, go to the gamma. I have already set that gamma at 2.04. That means every time I go back to that adjustment, it's going to remain the same. You see here I have a little excess white, but I can deal with that with the blend tool. Summon an object, combine that, combine all objects. And this last bit, this is so delicately white that one of the choices I have is to go back and pluck this color, take the white of this color, go back and get out of the blend tool, put it into that, and I have it at 1 pixel, 30% transparency. And what that will do is allow me to go in and pepper in little areas of this white in here. That should bring its value close and allows me to very delicately go through here and do this. Alright, now if I reduce it to that, it looks somewhat alright. Again, I have this little area where I might want to change the pixelization. What I can do is go back and read the color of an adjacent pixel right here. Go back and hit the brush size stays the same, and just hit that one and this one here. By doing that, I've kind of closed it up. There is a little spot right in here where it might want to get hit, right there. And that'll diminish that. So I'm going to do Object Combine. They are already combined. File. Now I'm going to do Save As. File. Save As. Now if I put it back into this folder, I'm just going to put a dash after it. And it'll preserve the original save. And that's it. I'll close it out, and I hope that's of some help to you. You know, again, it's a matter of learning how to use these tools and how to use them, you know, to your advantage. So I'm going to send that along with the original to you so you can see it, maybe practice on your own. Okay, honey? I love you. Leave them know. Close this out. Go back to my Cam Studio. This is a great program. Right-click on it and stop it. And you'll see when I stop it, well, you can see, but it now takes the audio and takes the video and puts them all together.